Alright, welcome back, beautiful people. So, with the new Thor skin coming out, the Force X, I think it's called, the last item in the Odyssey, there probably be more Thor players or people working up to be a really good Thor and eventually get that skin. So let's get right into it. Now, starting with his abilities, there's nothing really to talk about on how they matter into building Thor, besides the fact they give you the idea that, hey, he is basically a ability-based assassin. There's no hit progression, there's no steroids for his basic attacks, leaving him the only option of building just sheer power and try to cap off your cooldown reduction if you can to just get the maximum amount of damage out of Thor. So that being said, let's go right into building Thor, starting with boots. Warrior Tabby boots, there's no real reason to go into Ninja Tabby. He's not really a basic attack type of assassin, so let's go with the Warrior Tabby boots. Next, you definitely want to go into Jotun's Wrath. The reason why this item is perfect if you are any physical damage dealing ability based god. And yeah, so you just pick this item up, it gives you the cooldown reduction that you need, the penetration, I don't know why it's 11 because it's kind of weird, and also the mana, the complement, the cooldown reduction, and physical power. It's one of those items that has all the stats you need for a pretty good price, so pick that item up. Next, the current meta is very typical to go into a bruiser item right after Jotun's Wrath, and right now, this may change in Season 3, the go-to item is the Mail of Renewal. For 2400, you get a really good amount of stats. You get a lot of physical protection, health, and the cooldown reduction is really cool as well, because this is the perfect amount to cap off your cooldown reduction at 40%. As well as the passive is really strong. It's been nerfed a couple times. It might get nerfed to Season 3, I don't know, but right now it's really good. You get 15% of your maximum health and mana over the next 5 seconds whenever you get a kill or an assist. So that's really good. So let's say you use your ulti to go in, you get that one kill, and trying to get that one kill, your HP is kind of low and you probably want to back out, but hey, you got that kill and or assist, you're going to get some of that health and mana back. Especially the mana is really important because Thor can use quite a bit of his mana to fight. So, and if you do get on some type of kill spree or whatever, you're going to have a really great time and just tons of sustain. Next, I've talked about before, you're looking for power and penetration, and what is better to do that than Titan's Bane. 30 physical power, and as well as the really strong passive against any tanky target, as well as really great against objectives like towers, fire giants, things like that, because they have really high physical protection, and 33% is huge against high physical protection based gods or objectives, so really great item to go into. After this, you have your 3 core items, Jotun's Wrath, Mail of Renewal. If you don't want to go into Mail of Renewal, the other option will be the Spirit Robe, because let's say you want to get a little bit more of the magical protection side, you can go into the Spirit Robe. This will also give you the cooldown reduction. You just have a different passive, so you won't be healing and things like that. So those are your 2 items right now. But let's get back. So after you get your core items, you have a few options here, just 2 honestly. If you want to look for just maximizing your damage, you don't really care for being a little bit more of a bruiser, I would recommend, I personally do this, I go into another penetration item, which is Brawler's Beat Stick. Not too many reasons to go into the Crusher, especially if you're Arena. But I mean, if you want to go all pen, more power to you, you're going to hit really hard. It's just for the Crusher, you're not going to utilize the passive too much in general, especially in Arena. But Crusher versus Brawlers, you probably get Brawlers first, especially if they have healers, obviously. So you can go into that, and then again, you can go to another penetration item, or you can go into another power item. You could probably go into maybe something a little bit more bruiser, like a Runeforge Hammer, because it's really cheap. It's your last item in the game, and the game might be ending soon, so it's a really cheap and efficient item. You can go into that. Frostbound. So if you dunk down and you just want to have a little bit more, just stick to your target, you can just throw a few basics and they can get slowed, as well as their attack speed slowed, things like that. Now if you want to go into a little bit more of a bruiser route, like I said, you can go into something like, I can't even find it now, the Runeforge Hammer. You can go into, as well as the Midgardian Mail. It's pretty strong when you're fighting against pretty much anybody, because sometimes even mages will throw basic attacks at you and they have a chance of having their movement speed and attack speed slowed. So it's a pretty good item to go in, especially in complement with like a Runeforge Hammer. Something like that, you have a pretty good bruiser build. If not, you can just always go into more penetration. So that's pretty much it. There's not too much diversity for Thor. Again, you probably want to look forward to capping your CDR and getting as much physical power and penetration as you can. Active-wise, As always, there are just basically situational. If you're looking for anti-heal, we can curse, of course. You can go into like a combat blink in case if you want to use your one aggressively and not to escape, whatever. Assault, always salvation for assault. Shield of Underworld, you can have tons of fun with this item. I sure do. Especially when you're going against high burst mages like Poseidon or whatever, or Scylla, or especially against auto attack like hunters or souls, things like that. It's really great against them because they can't life steal off you. So that's going to wrap it up for the build video for Thor. Hope you guys found it helpful for any of your players out there. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.